Hello and welcome, Chef Pennington here. Today we got a fun holiday treat for you, Pumpkin Apple Streusel Cheesecake. Now, if you think that sounds a little different, you're right. It's awesome, that's what it is. So if you're wondering how we're going to use the apple, how does apple work into this? What we're going to do is we're going to slice the apples into long, thin strips, and we're going to place them on top, and it's going to provide a really great texture. It's going to be really nice, and then we're going to have our streusel right on top of that. So texture is always great when we're eating. Cheesecake's usually just really creamy, so we're doing something cool with cheesecake today. So what's going on here is we're creaming together some of the sugar and the butter, and of course we're doing a little baking here, so we added some vanilla. Vanilla is our good friend. We always invite him to the party. So you got to remember to scrape down the sides whenever you guys are using a mixer, because often there's little bits and whatnot that'll end up at the bottom that don't get fully incorporated, and that could cause discoloration in your end product. So always be mindful of that. Using some canned pumpkin here, you guys could roast off your own, which is totally a cool idea. I'll go ahead and write in the description below how to do that. So in this pinch, I used some from the can. It was a half a can, adding some salt in there. We love salt. Salt brings flavor to the table. I went ahead and used the less fat, and honestly, I could not tell the difference at all. So I really suggest you guys go that route. It's healthier for you, which is cool. So we're using 2 8-ounce packets there. And we're going to mix everybody together. Beautiful color too. I mean, talk about the holidays, Thanksgiving, all that goodness. This would be great for Christmas too. This would be good any time of year. You can always get canned pumpkin all year long, so don't worry about what time of year it is. You eat what you want. Scraping down the sides again. So this is essentially caramel, and it's fairly inexpensive. It's about $2 in the store. I love using it in all my sweets if I can find a way to use it because it's so delicious. Who doesn't love caramel? So we're going to start making the base for our cheesecake. Very simple. We're just taking some graham crackers there. We're going to break them up as fine as you can. You don't have to take them into a full powder. We want a little bit of texture in there. And we're going to cut in some butter. Butter's our friend. When we cook these, we're only going to cook them for 5 minutes. And the only reason we're cooking them for 5 minutes is so that the base here, our graham cracker crust, melts the butter. So it's able to set up and give us a crust so it doesn't just fall apart. A little pinch of salt in there. And just start breaking it up, and then we're going to use our hands because that's the best tool we possibly can use in the kitchen. It's kind of like cutting in butter for biscuits. You want to get it down to an even size, and you'll be able to feel it in your fingers. A little bit of cinnamon. Gotta love cinnamon. A little bit of sugar there. Those are usual suspects for our crust. You could use a little bit of brown sugar too if you like. You guys could use a regular springform pan for this, no problem. But nowadays, having your own individual everything is very trendy. So it's just fun. Who doesn't like their own little something, anything when it comes to dessert? So we went with the cupcake tin. Very easy here. This recipe does make a little bit more than 6 of these cupcakes. So I went ahead and used an ice cream scooper just so everything can be even. It's nice and easy. It doesn't have to be that way, but it certainly is easy. If you guys have one, totally the way to go. Little taparoo on the top just to get everything nice and smoothed out. And the streusel. So we got brown sugar and sugar. Here's a cool ingredient, some quick oats. That's going to provide more texture. A little bit of cinnamon. And our buddy vanilla again. This is really a great dish. I just want to say that again. You guys are going to really love this. And it doesn't taste overly pumpkin-y. Like some people are like, oh, I don't like pumpkin. I would serve this to anybody that doesn't like pumpkin, and I'd put money on it that they would like it. That's how much I believe in this dish. So we're using our lovely hands again, getting everything good in there. And here's our apple. So I just peeled an apple, cut off a slice there, and these are just going to be slices like that. No more cutting, just all the way through it. There's some cinnamon, I had a little bit left over there. And then we're just going to sprinkle them on top, which is really going to be really cool. And remember, we're only cooking this for 5 minutes, so the apple is going to still have its texture once we're done, which is cool, because the apple usually gets soft, you know. Add our streusel topping. You guys can jazz this up a little bit one way or another if you like. I just kept the flavor profile very traditional, which is, it's good. It makes it identifiable. You could even add a little bit of cayenne into the graham cracker crust if you really wanted to do something kind of fun. People would be like, what is that? But heat and sweet goes well together. So we're going to send this off to our oven for 5 minutes. 350, and afterwards you want to let it cool and set up. You could just set it back in the refrigerator. Let's take a look. I sprinkled some of that caramel on top too. Deliciousness. So good, guys. Come join us on social media. We'd love to have you guys over there. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you'll know about all of our videos when we post them. Full recipe card on the website, printable too. And you guys have the best. Take care.